Hello, my friends. I'm the Guided Life Revealed. My name is Denise, and each video seems to be a little different. It's interesting, and my dog's starting to growl in the background. Sorry about that. So, I started out just wanting to speak to address those that are getting caught up in this healing. You must heal. Everything's healing. And if you think about it, it'll take you an eternity. So there's some truth to it, but I think more importantly, it's revealing. It's revealing all that crap. It's revealing there are many factors, don't get me wrong. But if you're not broken, you're not broken. I thought all my life I was broken. And I worked very, very hard looking for that acceptance, and even if it's subtle, you say, oh, I don't care what people think, I don't care. Break it down a bit. Sometimes that's a defense mechanism in that you do care. But I'm not going to get into every little piece. But I want you to stop chasing healing and start releasing and revealing. Try not to get trapped up into all of that, all that's around you. When you finish this, you'll be better, but then you go on to this level. Yes, life is like that. Life and our universal life force energy and our spirit guides, we will go through different levels and layers. That's what we came here to do, to learn. But why? We came to learn because that's what your gifts, to release those gifts to those and yourself to this world. But if you don't know your gifts and you're not prepared to release them, so that is why we go through the school of life. But it is tainted. And it's very challenging. It's challenging without isolating yourself sometimes, and that's not the answer. It's a combination of everything. It's enjoying your time here on this planet. But it's also a knowing, and it's a remembering. And you say, what do I need to remember? I can tell you what I remembered, but maybe it's different for you. But I'm grateful I've remembered. And ironically, I was shown it many years ago when I was a child. And you probably were too. And then you had to conform. Then you had to follow all the provided rules. And I don't even want to blame it on man. It's just life. It's how it is. There's no blame. It's a recognizing. So this is a start of, I don't know what. I just know I'm supposed to be here. I'm supposed to say what I need to say. And these messages, though, they're channeled to me to give to you. I am nothing special, but I am aware. And I just want you to know you're not broken. You're not. You accept where you're at. You're in a stage. You're in, some people like to call transition stage. You are where you're at. Draw on the resources and the knowledge that you have learned the years before, the days before, to leap out of that transition into your next chapter in your life. I have my free write in front of me, which I absolutely love. I have a book I'm writing, and it is The Guided Life. Well, I've written one book. I'm working on it now, getting edited and published. I have a lot of writings, and I'm working on more. And it's like a force to be reckoned with. I can't help it. Whoops. Well, that was interesting. And I'm in my room. I've created a little healing writer's room in my home. It's not quite what I imagined. It's quite cluttered, but everything in here means something to me, and it's what I connect to. The challenge is digging deep, because sometimes that's painful. Even though it's just a memory now, it doesn't exist anymore. But I just am here today to tell you you're not broken. And it's more important to reveal to yourself in order, and I'm going to use this word lightly, in order to heal, in order to move on, in order to grow. How about that? So, I'm an energy healer. These are Reiki symbols. I started out just as an energy healer, and I do believe in that. I believe in we're frequencies, very much so. I know we are. So if you could watch your frequencies, you can alter your frequencies. You have almost mastered most of it. But it's not that simple. I know that. It took me forever, and I'm still growing. But I want you to know I've taken a few giant leaps of faith over time. I've also witnessed many miracles. But today, my point is, you're not broken. And try not to get wrapped up into what everyone else is saying, what everyone else is doing. But we can work together and help you to allow those silent, quiet voices to come through. And I'll tell you where they are. They're behind, deep behind all the many layers of your heart, your soul, your heart. Not the pumping heart, but the other heart that's in there. They lay behind there. And then on top of that is the human heart, the beating. So imagine the beating noise. But behind that is some voice trying to speak to you. But yet it's muffled under layers. And then the human heart bum, 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 beating over it. But it's there. I always say, how do you know you have like something on your back, like a bump on your back? You didn't see it. But there was some kind of sensory that made you reach back there. That's that knowing, that heart. It's just a knowing suddenly. I'll tell you, every day I am grateful because I feel at the most peace when I'm connected to my spirit family, the Mother Earth. This is where I go. They are where I go and always have. They came to me as a child. I'm sure this is not special, but I had no one else at the time, or so I thought. And I remember them showing up in my room. I slept in the top bunk. And I just remember pulling the covers, you know, you can pull them close to your chin because you're like in fear and you're paralyzed, or at least that's how I act. So I was paralyzed, just looking, and my whole room filled with stars. I must have been in 3rd or 4th grade, I don't know. And I didn't want to move. I didn't know what it was. And I would breathe, you know, faster and deeper, but I tried not to breathe too loud because I felt the presence. And then I'd see like a glow, like a, it's not a ghost. It's like a, you ever see the energy from gasoline on the ground and you see the layers of colors? Well, it comes in like that. The fumes, the energy, and then I remember I just remembered taking my hand from holding that blanket so tight close to my chin and reaching my hand out slowly, very slowly, to touch the stars. They were twinkly stars all through my room, and I watched them bounce in slow motion off my fingers and back down. As I moved my hand, they sat in my hand and would bounce. They bounced. They didn't go away. They didn't disappear. And then I remembered just knowing it was God. As scared as I was when I saw this, I felt safe. I felt safe. I felt at peace. So I'm just going to leave you with that. I'm not special. I'm not anyone special. I'm just someone that has decided I had no choice. Is that possible? Decided and had no choice? But because this was so strong, all of the voices, and again, voices, which can make you feel like you're insane, so you don't tell people, but I knew better. And then I saw affirmation, and miracles and things, and there was no way that I could deny anything. I was sane. I was very sane. I can see ahead. I can see through you. I can feel your pain. I can feel your joy. And I can see what layer needs to be revealed. So anyway, let's just talk about these things. You're not broken. You're not sick. You're going through life so that you can be fully ready to give your gifts to those that just give your gifts. And it comes in many forms. It's not just energy work, it's art, it's cooking, it's whatever it is, but it's yours to give. And there's a reason for it. Okay. Anyway, I thank you for attending today. I've not sent you any healing. I'm just getting into practice, and excuse me for my old laptop. It is actually a 2008, refurbished in 2008. And then I once had it upgraded. So I am on a search for a new one. I know the fan's really loud on mine. But you know what? It's got a lot of writings in there. And by the way, if you are ever interested in a free write, I bought the Travelers, my first one. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love it. I love the convenience of sitting down on my couch and keeping it with me in case I get inspired. Now, of course, it's in my healing room, but I do take it. Even if I just have a word to write or a paragraph. But I absolutely love it, the clicking, the easiness, it's lightweight. I feel, I don't know, it's very, very connected to it because I waited probably 2 years to get one. So, anyway, I want all of you that listened to this to know I appreciate you. Thank you. And I will be back next week. And may I be guided to whatever message is I am to give you, whether it's a reading, a tarot, which I'm not really great at when it comes to studying the tarot. I read them intuitively. And I don't know, it's been a really difficult thing because I kept thinking, why can't I connect to these? I do, but in my way. And again, that's the Guided Life Revealed. My name is Denise, and I hope to see you back next week. In the meantime, I wish you peace, love, and joy. And remember to be grateful for every moment that you're sitting there breathing. Thank you.